Buenos días, familias aquí, familias and amigos aquí and allí. A reading from the book of Proverbs. Listen, friends, to some advice. Sit up and take notice so you know how to live. I'm giving you good counsel. Don't let it go in one ear and out the other. When I was a boy at my father's knee, the pride and joy of my mother, he would sit me down and drill me. Take this to heart. Do what I tell you. Live. Sell everything and buy wisdom. Forage for understanding. Don't forget one word. Don't deviate an inch. Never walk away from wisdom. She guards your life. Love her. She keeps her eye on you. Above all, and before all, do this. Get wisdom. Write this at the top of your list. Get understanding. Throw your arms around her. Believe me, you won't regret it. Never let her go. She'll make your life glorious. She'll garland your life with grace. She'll festoon your days with beauty. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Our responsorial psalm is, justice shall flourish in their time and fullness of peace forever. Justice shall flourish in their time and fullness of peace forever. O God, with your judgment endow the king, and with your justice the king's child. They shall govern your people with justice, and your afflicted ones with judgment. Justice shall flourish in their time, and fullness of peace forever. Justice shall flower in their days, and profound peace till the moon be no more. They may rule from sea to sea, and from the river and to the ends of the earth. Justice shall flourish in their time, and fullness of peace forever. For they shall rescue the poor when they cry out, and the afflicted when they have no one to help them. They shall have pity for the lowly and the poor. The lives of the poor they shall save. Justice shall flourish in their time of fullness of peace forever. May their time be blessed forever. As long as the sun, their name shall remain. In them shall all the tribes of the earth be blessed. All the nations shall proclaim their happiness. Justice shall flourish in their time, and fullness of peace forever.
Our second reading is from the book of Micah. How can I stand up before God and show proper respect to the high God? Should I bring an armload of offerings topped off with yearling calves? Would God be impressed with thousands of rams, with buckets and barrels of olive oil? Would he be moved if I sacrificed my firstborn child, my precious baby, to cancel my sin? But God has already made it plain how to live, what to do, what God is looking for in people. It's quite simple. Do what is fair and just to your neighbor. Be compassionate and loyal in your love. And don't take yourself too seriously. Take God seriously. The word of the Lord.
The Lord be with you. A reading from the Gospel of Matthew. Don't think you have to put on a fundraising campaign before you start. You don't need a lot of equipment. You are the equipment, and all you need to keep that going is 3 meals a day. Travel light. When you enter a town or village, don't insist on staying in a luxury inn. Get a modest place with some modest people, and be content there until you leave. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you. Good morning, Spiritus. And good morning to our Spiritus family joining us from Chiapas. We know that many of you are tuning in today. Muy buenos días a nuestra familia de Chiapas que está con nosotros esta mañana. Gracias por estar aquí. In August 2018, I got back from a 2-year stint working as a community economic development volunteer for the Peace Corps in Peru. When I got home, everything seemed great. Family, spiritus, hot water. Everything was so convenient and so abundant. At first, I would only take a 1 to 2 minute shower because in Peru, we only got water twice a week. So if you weren't careful, you would run out. However, that habit quickly began to fade, and 2 minutes turned to 5, and 5 to 10. Something started to not feel right. How could I live in such abundance when there are so many people without it? I wanted to get back into community development work. And that is when the Chiapas mission leader, Krista Vardabash, approached me with an opportunity. She wanted to do what the first reading is asking us to do today. Seek to understand. Search for wisdom. She said, "We have been going to Chiapas with groups of parishioners for 30 years, but when was the last time we stopped to really listen and ask, how is this partnership going?" She asked if I would come to help translate to make sure communication was clear. I said yes before she could change her mind. Lori, who helps run our scholarship and coffee program, would also join us. We had nuestro equipo, our team. We did everything we could to prepare. We looked at maps, we planned out conversations, we put together community activities, we sent down letters. But to be honest, at the end of the day, we really had no clue what was going to happen. This was new for us and totally new for them. The first night we arrived to Mexico, we were greeted by our host families. These are families we would stay with during our visit. Hugs, smiles, and my favorite part, food. You can bring everything you want to Chiapas, but the most important thing to bring is your smile and your appetite. The tacos are definitely my favorite. Here's a quick clip of one of the group's first dinners.
This is our first meal. Food is delicious.
They also have great fresh fruits and vegetables, which Ray did not have a hard time finding.
Oh, that's beautiful. Wow. Wow. This is good.
It wasn't just the flavor of the food, it was the care they put into making it. It was one of their ways of sharing love. After our first evening, we all went back to our host families' homes, and I had the pleasure of staying with Timoteo, Terry, and their 3 children. But I'll let Perla introduce the family.
Buenos días, hermanos de la comunidad Espíritu Christi. Espero y se encuentren bien. Les presento a mi familia. Mi mamá, hola. Mi papá, hola. Mi hermana, hola. Mi hermano.
When I got there, it was so nice to find a clean room with a good-sized bed all made up for me. Later, I found out that the bedroom I stayed in was actually the parents' bedroom. The father had slept on the couch and the mother in with the kids. They had given up their bedroom so I would be comfortable. This is just one example of the type of hospitality you might receive in Chiapas. The first day we were there, we spent getting to know the neighborhood, or in Spanish, what you would call colonia. Here's a glance at what you might see walking around.
Esta colonia se llama Potinas Park y estas son las calles del lugar donde vivo. Y esta es una de las tienditas. Buenas, doña Betty. Hola, buenos días. Bueno, acá en la colonia y en muchas más hay muchos perritos callejeros, así como pues este que están viendo. Bueno, y esta es una de las calles principales de la colonia. Y el transporte que ven allá son los colectivos y en esos nos transportamos. Ahí caben como 15 o 16 personas.
What I felt walking around was a sense of closeness. Everything seemed together. Everyone seemed to know each other. There was such a sense of community everywhere you went, from the tienda to the street dog to the colectivo. In the following days, I'd pack into one of the colectivos with 14 other people and would do things like fill a bucket from a large basin of water to wash myself. It wasn't as convenient as getting into my car or hopping in the shower, but when you finally got to where you were going or were all cleaned up, it felt great. It wasn't as much about getting to where you were going. It was more about the journey getting there. The process was the purpose. The journey for Spiritus Christi and our friends from Chiapas has been one of solidarity, of walking together, guided by Jesus' teachings of love and social justice. These connections are that much more important when we see the racial hatred that we've experienced this week. One of the scholarship students, Holly, captured it well when she shared this quote.
Me gustaría compartirles una frase que encontré por ahí y dice, la solidaridad no es un acto de caridad, sino una ayuda mutua entre fuerzas que luchan por el mismo objetivo.
Together, the Chiapas mission has been able to form lasting and meaningful relationships, build a scholarship program, support indigenous coffee growers, and create a community in Chiapas that shares Spiritus' values of serving those in need and being inclusive of everyone. Gloria, the daughter of Julio and Azelia, was just 10 when this all started. She said, "Before, I thought people from the United States were cold because of all the conflicts and discrimination. As I got to know the pilgrims that came down from Spiritus, I realized those were just stereotypes, just like there are stereotypes of Mexicans. Now I see we are all the same hearts, a family. And although we live in a different place and have a different culture, love unites us." Gloria said it was pilgrims like John Eisenberg, who's in that picture, that inspired her to pursue a career in tourism. She said she felt so much empathy and effort to get to know her, and somehow she wanted to be able to do that for others as well. Gloria participated in the Chiapas Mission Scholarship Program, and in 2012 graduated from college with a degree in tourism. Today, she serves as one of the leaders of our scholarship program in Chiapas. The scholarship program supports students in elementary school all the way to university who show commitment to their studies, but do not have the resources to purchase basic school supplies, uniforms, or pay for tuition. Today, the Chiapas Mission provides scholarships for 8 elementary-age students, 7 high school students, 4 students in college prep, and 8 university students. The Chiapas Mission also supports an organic coffee cooperative named Cirsa that is in a rural area of Chiapas named Semajoval. These families have been on the land for multiple generations and see the land as sacred. They do not believe in using chemicals or cutting down trees. However, big corporations saw all this fertile land and wanted to exploit it. They tried to buy up the land and undercut the indigenous farmers by selling cheap coffee that was used growing pesticides and other chemicals. The farmers responded by banding together and forming an association to protect their families, farms, and community. Today, the association is called Cirsa, and it's made up of 395 families. We have been working with and supporting these farmers for over 25 years now, and since May last year, Spiritus has supported Cirsa by purchasing 1,043 bags of their delicious coffee. One of the most impactful parts of my trip to Chiapas was when we hosted a community night for all the families in our scholarship program. Over 70 people showed up. To see how engaged everyone was and how tight-knit they were with each other was really special. When talking about how they all work together, I really loved what Janet had to say. She said, We aren't going around looking to find scholarship students because they are our friends. We're going around looking to find scholarship students because they need us. What is your necessity? Come join us. In our community, it isn't about one religion. It is about having a place where people are loved and respected regardless of their background or religion. We are like tutti fruitis. Tutti fruitis are like rainbow-colored gummy bears. And I loved her analogy of their community being a tutti frutti because Spiritus is a tutti frutti too. A place where all are welcomed, loved, and respected regardless of their background or religion. How beautiful to have a community growing in Chiapas built around those values too. Now that is mission work. To close, we have a special video from our scholarship families in Chiapas.
Hola hermanos y comunidad de Espíritus Christi. Me llamo María de Lourdes Guadalupe Mendoza López. Doy gracias a Dios por haber conocido a personas tan generosas como ustedes. Mi nombre es Alan Fabricio Tadeo Rodríguez. Yo quiero agradecerles por haberme tomado en cuenta con lo de las becas. Para mi mamá fue un gran apoyo y a mí también. Mi nombre es Ana Paola García López. Voy en la escuela primaria Ricardo Flores Magón. Voy a cursar el 5º año de primaria. Yo hoy les voy a agradecer por el dinero que me han mandado. Me llamo Paula Maric López Mendoza. Les agradezco de corazón la oportunidad de recibir una beca.
Quiero dar gracias por el apoyo que me han dado para seguir con mis estudios de la secundaria.
Un beso, hermanito, y que Dios los bendiga.
Soy Jessica Jacqueline Villato de la Cruz, soy de las becadas. Gracias, parte de mi familia y parte mía, por sus apoyos que me han brindado.
Quiero agradecer el apoyo que me han brindado a mi hijo Luis Alejandro, ya que él es un joven que recibe esa beca para podernos apoyar, que él pueda estudiar su universidad.
Quiero dar gracias a las personas, a la comunidad que cree en nosotros, que confía que nosotros podemos tener un futuro, y pues eso le vamos a demostrar, y les quiero mandar un gran saludo.
Gracias porque nos tienen la paciencia, nos ayudan, eso nos impulsa demasiado como estudiantes.
Con este apoyo que me han dado he comprado mis útiles, mis uniformes y he pagado mis inscripciones.
Agradezco mucho este apoyo porque si no hubiera sido por esto, no le hubiera yo comprado a mi niño su uniforme y todo el material que le piden en la escuela, porque nosotros somos de bajos recursos.
Más que nada, el grupo de Espíritus Christi ha sido algo muy maravilloso en nuestras vidas.
Ahora con la contingencia tenemos más tiempo para convivir en familia y apoyarlos en lo que necesiten.
La oportunidad que me brindan, wow, gracias. Quisiera en un futuro poder brindarle esa misma oportunidad a otro estudiante que se esfuerza, pero por más que se esfuerza, a veces las oportunidades son algo injustas. Ustedes han hecho que mi vida cambiara. Muchas gracias.
Sinceramente, el programa de becas de Spiritus Christi me ha cambiado la vida a mí y a mi familia, porque ya no tendremos la necesidad de emprestar dinero para mí, y eso me llena de mucha felicidad y tranquilidad, y también de muchos ánimos para ir a la escuela y dar lo mejor de mí, echarle muchas ganas y seguir aprendiendo más.
Ahora me preocupo más en enfocarme y poner mi mayor esfuerzo para terminar mi carrera, ser una gran enfermera y seguir ayudando.
Esa gran ayuda que están dando, ese pequeño granito, hacia nosotros como estudiantes, se les multiplique día con día y Dios se los regrese y aún mucho mejor.
Esperamos seguir así por muchos años más y Dios nos bendiga a todos para salir con bien de esta pandemia y poder reunirnos de nuevo con la alegría de siempre. Gracias.
Cuenten con nuestras oraciones, que Dios los bendiga y nuevamente muchísimas gracias por apoyar a las familias chiapanecas. ¡Nos vemos!
Los esperamos con mucho cariño y espero que vuelvan pronto. Bye.
Gracias.
Gracias. Adiós.
And to our families in Chiapas, we're so thankful for you. Thank you for welcoming us to your community and your kindness. We love you and can't wait to see you again soon. God bless you. A nuestras familias en Chiapas, estamos agradecidos por ustedes. Gracias por recibirnos a tu comunidad y todo el cariño que nos dan. Les queremos mucho y no podemos esperar verlos de nuevo. Que Dios les bendiga.
Canto